Hello guys, welcome back to Mr. Coasters. My name is Anderson. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at one of the most underrated Six Flags parks, Six Flags Over Georgia. Now, I don't have a ton of experience with this park, but I'm going to start off with the last 5 years and then talk about what the 5 next years could be adding to this park. So we're going to start off with 2018. The park received Twisted Cyclone, which is a great RMC conversion of the old wooden coaster, and it looks really good. Then there was Pandemonium in 2019. Which is a Zamperla Giant Discovery. It's kind of in this little secluded area of the park. And in 2020, the park saw 2 new rides added to the DC area, which kind of started off this little transformation of the land over there. And it was finished off in 2021 when the park added Riddler Mindbender. They refurbished the old Mindbender roller coaster and gave it a new theme, repainted it, new trains, all that stuff. So that kind of made this cohesive DC area similar to what Six Flags Fiesta Texas did, and what Six Flags Great America will be doing. And finally, in 2022, they're going to refurbish Great American Scream Machine, which is the old wooden coaster still remaining at the park. Give it, a repaint, I don't know about new trains, but just overall, make the ride better, track improvements, all that stuff. So let's start off with 2023, which is the first year of my 5-year plan. So I'm going to go with a new coaster in 2023. It has been a while since the park received a coaster. I guess if you count the refurbishments, it's only been that year, but really the last new addition would have been in 2018 with Twisted Cyclone. So that's a pretty decent gap of about 5 years, which this park tends to receive. So the new coaster, I could have a whole host of possibilities, and really 2 locations in my mind. The first is the go-karts, but I have other plans for that plot of land. And the other location would be where they just removed the log flume, or it might have been, it was a water ride. Now that section of land has been worked on this year. So I'll put footage of that right now. But this ride has been gone for a few years, like it's been closed. However, just now is when they've started really doing things with it, removing it, making room for what I think could be a new coaster. Now, it's not the largest plot of land, so a lot of people are saying a free spin, but I think this park deserves something a bit larger. So I could see a Power Splash or Skyrocket 2, which are 2 really small models that are both pretty good, that Six Flags has built in the past. I could also see either a Premier Rides launch coaster or even S&S Air launch coaster, which the park just debuted Maxx Force a few years back at Six Flags Great America. So either of those, any of those really launch coaster types, they all are, would really add to this park's lineup and add a little variety, because that's the main thing this park is missing, is a launch coaster. So that is 2023. As for the theme, it could have a whole host of possibilities. I could see something like Aquaman. However, I do think they should go with something more unique, especially if it's not a Power Splash. They should go with a unique theme like Maxx Force, especially if it's going to be a top 5 coaster of this park. It deserves a good theme, and I don't think this park does a good job with coaster names. Let's move on to 2024. Now, here's where I think the park should add some more kids rides. The last time they did was in 2016, and they added a bit of a kids expansion. So just, I think in 2024 it'd be good to add more kids rides, expand that area, maybe remove or refurbish rides, which they should do. And I think they need a true kids coaster. This park has a Mine Train, and the Joker Funhouse coaster, and both of those are moderate thrills, kind of family coasters in my opinion. I think they need a true kids coaster, a Magic Flyer, a little mini, a little coaster that's truly meant for kids. So probably still put it in that same area where the other 2 family coasters are, but just a true kids coaster, a small little coaster is what this park needs. Let's move on to 2025. So in 2025, I think they should get a new thrill ride, or even a family ride. But I think it should go somewhere near Pandemonium and try to build that area up. They could call it Flying Machines or something like that, because we've seen a similar ride at Fiesta Texas. It could be that kind of ride, or it could be any other thrill ride. There's a lot of options. Although this park does really have a good thrill lineup. So I think something more unique, like the Flying Machines. As for the name, something with more of a steampunk theme. Pandemonium, they went with like a steampunk vibe for it, with a like general theme of that kind of thing. So I think they should try and make that area the Scream Punk district, like Magic Mountain, and build that area up, including this ride. In 2026, this park should add a water park addition. Their water park is really small, and I think really they have white water, so I think they should either build it up or tear it out. Because for me, like, this park is a pretty large-sized theme park. Their water park is tiny, so they should either separate it from the dry park and add more rides to it to make it really a full day, even half day experience with the water park, or they should just separate it, get rid of it, and add more rides there, because they do have Six Flags Whitewater not too far away. But for that, I would say a water park addition or improvements would be good for that area of the park. I also think that year they should remove the go-karts in 2026 to make way for 2027's new edition. 2027 is the 60th anniversary of Six Flags Over Georgia, so they should do something big. Now, I could see a Raptor, but I think an even better addition would be a GCI, or any really other type of wooden coaster, because this park really needs another good wooden coaster. Besides Scream Machine, it's old, they need another one. So I think any sort of large-scale wooden coaster edition from any of those manufacturers, even like a mid-range size wooden coaster would be good, but some sort of wooden coaster, and theme it to the steampunk kind of vibe, steampunk kind of theme that the other rides in that area have. So added a new area to the park right near Pandemonium and the other thrill ride that they'll be adding there. So if you have any thoughts about what I've said so far, put it down below. I appreciate any comments, and please subscribe, it really helps out the channel. Anyway, that'll be it for today's 5-year plan video from Six Flags Over Georgia. Goodbye.